What's up?
Oh my God.
And welcome to the review of trailer number 2 of Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mhm.
I will do this as long as possible, but dear God, it is warm in this thing. So, if you guys haven't seen the very first episode of Deep Dive Discussions, please go watch that. That is in the review of the first Spider-Man trailer. And we are going to talk about the second Spider-Man trailer. 1 second. Okay. So we all just watched it again. I'm not going to lie. On a scale of 1 out of 10, I was like at a 7 when I saw the first trailer. After this trailer, I am super pumped. Like, it looks
Yeah,
awesome.
I did not know it was gonna take place after
Well,
Endgame.
we didn't.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, if anyone has not seen Endgame, don't watch this because it is spoily.
Yeah, and at the very beginning of the trailer, it does show Tom Holland going, "Don't watch this if you have not seen Endgame."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a major, huge spoiler
Yeah.
trailer.
I did not know that was a thing. So
Yeah.
now I'm like way more interested in it.
Yeah, because
This is the first movie that takes place after.
exactly. Not only that, but it kind of gives us a hint as to exactly this one movie and the timeline and what happens in this movie can lead to a lot more that the MCU can now do. Because we're not just stuck in the 616 anymore, boys.
No, yeah, like I thought, dude. I knew they were gonna do some kind of parallel universe stuff, dude, and that's that's where they're getting into now.
Like Adam and I discussed in the very first trailer review, like we were like, okay, is Mysterio, is he tricking everybody? Is he just the elementals that you're battling, Hydra Man, Molten Man, and what's the other elemental? Sandman. Are those his illusions that he just let loose? And now in the trailer he says it's my responsibility. So it makes me think that these are bad guys from his world that have now crossed over into the dimensional rift that has opened with the snap in the previous movie in Endgame. And now he is now the superhero that followed them, and he's like, I need your guys' help to fix this.
Yeah. So what is he? He's like a good guy.
So according to the trailer,
I was like, wait, what's going on?
I know.
I was like, they're making him look like a good guy.
Yeah. So according to the trailer, at least what's in the trailer, it seems like he's a good guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just be using him.
I don't know, because I mean, I'm curious if they're going to actually tell us what numeral dimension he's from. Because that might help us. I mean, unless it's a made up one or a random one.
Maybe it's if he's from a different one, he might be a good guy in that dimension rather than a bad guy.
Exactly. Because then it could be, I forgot which dimension it is, but all the good guys are bad guys and all the bad guys are good guys. It could be that dimension. And if that's the case, that would be cool.
Oh, there's so much they could do,
dude.
If that was the case,
well, you got to think
they could bring it. They could bring in bad guys, Spider-Man, and then have a show off for themselves. That could be sick.
Exactly. Not only that, but I mean, there's a lot more they could do.
Oh yeah, no, there's a ton of stuff.
Okay. So if you haven't seen the trailer, watch the trailer. But in the trailer, it starts off with, and this is, I would say, a short time period after Endgame. Spoiler.
It has to be very soon after.
Very soon, because he's still in grieving. He is still sad. So Iron Man dies at the end of Endgame by sacrificing his life in order to save everyone else, or to snap Thanos' crew away. So that being said, he is in mourning, and it seems like Happy, as we predicted, Adam, Iron Man didn't like he was in this one, and we are right. And now we know why. Yep. And Happy and it looks like Nick Fury have kind of taken that role now.
Yeah. You heard it first here, folks.
True story. You did.
100% accurate predictions.
We kind of we assumed he was not going to make it. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. So Nick Fury comes in this, and you find out he kind of looks like he's operating underground in some sort of tunnel or something like that. And they've already met with, or they've already found out about Jake Gyllenhaal / Mysterio.
Yeah.
So my guess is that in his dimension or Mysterio's dimension, assuming that what he's telling us is true.
Yeah.
Assuming that Jake Gyllenhaal / Mysterio most likely knows about S.H.I.E.L.D. Or at least there's some alternate dimension S.H.I.E.L.D. that he works with. Or maybe it's Hammer, or maybe it's AIM. Like, it could just be some sort of parallel, you know. But yeah, it would be kind of neat if it was Hammer. So, but either way, Nick Fury gets involved. Good guy Mysterio gets involved, and he's like, hey, I need your help, assuming, to get this handled. What's weird, though, is that it looked like this is before he went on vacation, but in the very beginning of the trailer, he had the Iron Spider suit. But we know from previous trailers and from this trailer that when he's in London, he does not have this Iron Spider.
No,
He's got his original suit, and then he eventually gets the noir suit-esque looking thing, and then he eventually gets a black suit where the blue has all been replaced with black. And I'm like, if you got the Iron Spider, why you downgrading, bro?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure with a click of a button, he could have changed all the colors to it and made it black anyway. So.
I think that's pretty strong evidence he's gonna lose it.
Yeah, my guess is that because the police officers were like, "Are you the next? Are you Iron Man now?"
Yeah.
And so my guess is that he kind of wants to shed that, and he wants to become, okay, no, I am Spider-Man. I'm not Iron Man. I'm not trying to be him. I can't be him. You know, that's my guess. Oh yeah, I have a Spider-Man on too.
Nice. I think it'll either be he doesn't want to take it on vacation.
Yeah.
So all of the new stuff happens.
I don't think he wanted to take any suit on vacation. That's probably what Aunt May was just like, here, just slide it in kind of thing.
Yeah. Or B, it breaks, and that's that.
It's possible, yeah.
That's my guess.
That's true.
Yeah, now if that thing gets destroyed, it's not coming back.
He's fixing it.
Yeah, I know. That was like the one thing I was like thinking about. I was like, dude, if he messes that suit up, dude, it's not coming back.
No. But it was
a Black Panther or something.
That's dude. He'd probably get oh, could you imagine?
Dude, the suit off of that could be pretty freaking sick.
That'd be freaking rad.
It'd be like spider armor. Like it would just be silver, like Winter Soldier's arm, because it'd be made out of vibranium.
Yeah, he could make it almost exactly like his own suit.
Yeah.
Except with like the Spidey face, and that's pretty much the only thing that'd be different.
Except he'd probably have like a Shuri, like AI in it, which would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So they need to do that.
They should do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think I don't know. Here's the thing. Because there's no way just the three elementals are going to be the bad guy.
No.
Like, that's not going to be the main bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like maybe that he's just using them just to defeat them because he maybe lost control and he wasn't able to do anything with it.
So maybe he's actually a bad guy from his dimension, but because he's in a new dimension, he's like, I can be whoever I want kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably be
the twist at the end will probably be him like turning on them, like whenever Spider-Man's like got his back toward him or something like that, and tries to do something.
He probably did create them, and then in some way they escaped to another dimension. He was like, oh crap, let me get them back. Okay, let me, here's my thing. What happened to the Spider-Man of his dimension? Maybe he killed.
Got off by Mysterio.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he killed the Spider-Man, or I don't know. Maybe he's after all the animal totems in the Marvel universe. He just wants to kill them all. I don't know. I think it's going to be super cool, dude. I'm excited for it. Because it comes out, July?
Does it?
July 7th? Does that sound right?
Well, look at it.
These are things that I normally have open, but I was in a rush and I wanted to get this out and I wanted to talk about it. It comes out on Spider-Man Far From Home,
July 2nd.
July 2nd. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Peter Parker and his friends go on a European vacation where Peter finds himself agreeing to help Nick Fury uncover the mystery of several elemental creature attacks, creating havoc across the continent. That's the description.
It comes out on a Tuesday?
Really?
Yeah. July 2nd's a Tuesday.
June.
That's weird.
Huh.
That isn't. Oh, you know why?
Huh.
It's because July 4th is later that week.
Right.
They don't want to release it on a holiday.
Okay. And everybody's going to be out of school, so...
Yeah, that's exactly why. Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. It looks like... Oh, and then what was up with Mary Jane going... He's like, I have something to tell you. And she's like, yeah, you're Spider-Man. You think she was joking? Because after that, she could be like, I'm kidding. Like,
that's kind of a weird joke. Kind of very specific to call him out on.
I bet she figures it out.
I bet she figures it out.
I bet she does. Like during the movie, she probably does.
There's a lot of stills of them together when he's in the Spider-Man suit. Like, obviously, he has his mask on, but there's a lot of photos where it's like she is looking at him and he's like swinging with her.
Yeah.
And he probably says something to her, and he doesn't exactly have a voice changer, so
No.
I'm sure she's able to like figure it out right then and there.
I'm sure.
I mean, he did, but we saw how well that worked out in the last one.
Hey.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, after seeing an Endgame where he's like insta-death mode and he just like one-shots everybody, I'm like, don't ever leave that suit.
Yeah.
Like, you think it would be like nanobots. Okay, I just found a still.
Okay.
I just found a photo. Adam, by the way, your zipper's rubbing up against your mic.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. I found a still, and it's literally a black version of his actual Spider-Man suit. It's not his noir that has the goggles, but it's just a straight up black version of it.
And see, that should have been the suit made by Black Panther. That should have been it.
Yeah, I will. I'm
Totally
gonna
missed opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
here. I'll throw that. Like it's legit, like a straight up black suit,
Mhm.
which is weird.
Yeah.
There is some new photos of the new suit that look really cool. So what do you think? I mean, it kind of seems maybe in this dimension, maybe Mysterio's powers are legit. Like maybe he's actually like Doctor Strange abilities kind of thing.
Could be. Something I was just
is
thinking
he-
about is
Like that strong?
No, he has zero powers.
Oh.
Like he's just a master of illusion.
like he's able to do special effects and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Make it look
like-
like stuff was happening, but it wasn't.
Yeah, like in the comic books and in the old school TV show, he was just like an ex special effects artist in movies.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to make his stuff bigger and grander and got crazy for it, got fired, and then he just like became like crazy about special effects and then became a bad guy. But he never did anything crazy. Like he was always just like a low level thug who just
He
did
just rap banks and stuff. He wasn't like trying to kill people or anything.
That's why I was so interested to find out he was going to be a villain in a movie coming up because I was like, how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
You know?
It could be that. So what I was thinking was, so you got Nick Fury and he's got a squad of people, right?
Well, it
So-
kind of just looks like he has Agent What's Her Face,
That's true.
Hill, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So if they're legit, then they'd probably know if he's actually from another dimension, right?
That's the thing I was thinking too. Is like he had to have done his homework.
The other thing though is, what if Nick Fury and Agent Hill or whatever,
Yeah, Maria Hill.
what if they're actors? And they're just trying to take advantage of Spider-Man.
Wait, who's actors?
What if he got somebody made up like Nick Fury and Agent Hill?
and he's just orchestrating the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like the whole movie's just gonna be fake, dude.
Yeah.
Like the whole entire thing's an illusion. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, what's his face is in it.
So okay, is this power like once you figure out that he just makes illusions? Is he just that?
Yeah.
You just literally just like walk through everything and just be like and just punch him in the face, call it a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean that's the majority of how
that's-
Spider-Man has handled it before. So yeah,
Gotcha,
like-
dude.
Like
Okay.
Electro's becoming becoming a living thunderstorm and all this stuff, and
he's just like and
Mysterio,
rain,
like he just
and rain. There's-
that's like it.
and it's like his girlfriend in the background with the water hose.
Yeah.
like
So whenever he tries to fight anything that he creates out of his illusions, is he even fighting anything?
no,
That's
Or does he
thing.
make it look like
But
it's taking
he
damage
he
or
makes
something?
it look like he's destroying it.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Well, I
in
guess that way
this-
it's hard to tell.
dude, again, unless he kills it in the special effects corner of
Yeah.
things, it looks legit.
Yeah.
I mean, and I did find that Easter egg in the first trailer that kind of hinted towards it being Hydro Man.
Yeah.
You remember the
Oh, yeah, the
Amazing
boat.
Spider-Man 112 or
Yeah.
whatever it was?
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean, nothing.
I hope they don't do that because that would, I think, feel like what they do with the Mandarin, where they just kind of pull the rug out from underneath you. Oh,
Yeah.
he's a faker his whole time, so
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah, they hint him as being this all powerful, and they throw his name around like he's all powerful and stuff like that, like he is in comics. And oh, by the way, he's nothing. But
Yeah.
so Adrian Toomes is back, Michael Keaton, aka the Vulture. Mac Gargan, aka Scorpion, is back in this.
Oh.
So
Well, we all know
will
who
be
Matt
interesting.
Gargan is, right?
Yeah, Scorpion.
That'd be pretty great.
So they're so he's got to be bad because he's isn't he part of the Sinister Six?
Yeah.
So they're not going to waste a sixth of the Sinister Six on a good guy.
Yeah.
Like he's got to be bad. He's got to be bad.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the only thing.
Then it's got to be like. Then he's got to be faking the whole thing. Like he's making
Gotta
the
be.
illusion to make it look like that he's That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Making it look like he's a good guy,
Probably.
but
Yeah, it's
but
gotta
during
be.
that entire time, when Spider-Man's fighting all of them, what is he doing? Like during that entire time, like when he's making
Well,
these illusions.
So here's the thing. So like normally it's like, so he's got things, you know, like his little pendants on his thing that hold up his clasp. Usually like he has copies of those that he can throw out and they shoot holograms up, and then those are the bad guys.
Mm,
That's kind of what he does. He has like these little things that he can throw out and they create holograms. Back whenever. So
Yeah.
that's what he could be doing. And you know, the shiny lights and stuff whenever he does like the, you know, I have the Eye of Agamotto kind of thing, and like, because that
Yeah.
kind of looks like what he's doing is freaking time stone stuff.
mhm.
So I don't know. I mean, but in regards to the multiverse, because it is confirmed, obviously,
Mhm.
at least they have some sort of knowledge about it, even if it is 100% all fake. Just by bringing it up, they know about it.
Yeah.
Do you think that this could introduce the X-Men?
I've been waiting for that for so long.
What,
Like-
me to say that, or them to introduce Marvel X-Men?
Both. Because I think you remember my previous video. I think they're setting it up.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Being that they could just default it to a alternate dimension, they would not have to do like an Origins movie. Because we just got done with, I don't know, 8 Wolverine movies in the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Because we just got done with that, we don't necessarily have to see an Origins movie on Wolverine. We know that. We've seen the guy his past 15 years of his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they could introduce him and or new characters and say, this is Wolverine. And then people are just going to be like, oh my God, it's Wolverine. You know?
Yeah.
Another dimension could just open, and then all you see is like 3 claws coming out of it, and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be something so simple like that. That, or they could have like parallel timelines, right? And let's say that the X-Men universe or the New Avengers universe runs parallel to 616, the universe that we know of, which is what we've been watching for the past 10 years. If it runs parallel, they could come out with movies that are just in, we'll call this 619, in the 619 universe.
Okay.
They could run that, and then whenever they wanted to, they could say, oh, hey, by the way, we can jump dimensions and we can mix them whenever we want. So that the actions of this one don't affect this, and the actions of this dimension don't affect this dimension. And I think that would be the smartest way to do it. Because then you don't,
I feel like they're going to want to
stick.
keep it in 616 the whole entire time, though. I don't think
but
they're
I
going
feel
to
like after 10 years,
bring the storyline somewhere else.
But after 10 years of characters and 10 years of this of all this stuff, they don't have to worry about any cross-pollination or anything if they go, hey, this is a new dimension. Mm-hmm. And they use this movie to kickstart the idea of, hey, by the way, there's alternate dimensions. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if all the X-Men stuff has been happening in the same universe, there's been no indication.
Zero.
Like all Apocalypse.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because how funny would it be if in the next, what's the next Marvel movie? Or the MCU movie, Guardians 3? After this? Yeah. In Guardians 3, their Guardians are flying around and they go back to Planet Nowhere. And at one of the bars is Deadpool. And he got there. How did he get there? Dimension. The snap created a transdimensional portal, hundreds of them around the universe or whatever, and he came through one or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because they haven't hinted towards any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Deadpool's in his own universe. Well, technically, he would be in the new X-Men universe because they do hint towards that in X-Men 2 or Wolverine 2. Deadpool 2. So I don't know. I think this could lead to a whole new string of stuff, like even Fantastic Four. Like,
yeah,
because
we've been waiting for them to do that right for a long time.
And it seems like the only way to do it right is going to be Marvel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Human Torch and Spider-Man are like best friends in the comics.
Yeah.
And speaking of like best friends of Spider-Man, they could use the transdimensional portals and freaking bring Daredevil back. Like they could just like use that as their crutch and just be like, hey, let's bring Daredevil back, or let's bring all the A-list superheroes back that are street fighters, and intermingle them with Spider-Man once we get 100% ownership or something like that,
Yeah. Yeah. What's the did you guys see the trailer for, I think it's Dark Phoenix, whatever it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's like when they're all young. What is the timeline for like everybody else when they're that young? Like when's Spider-Man? Like how old is he? Like is he like super young here?
Different universe, bud.
But if they were to go cross universe,
yeah. If
like how old would he be?
Days of Future Past was in the 80s, so I think Dark Phoenix will be in the 90s.
Yeah.
90s. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's like not even born yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you got to think this is when. So this is kind of in parallel to like the original X-Men that had Iceman on it, Beast.
Yeah, so I guess they're
blue.
Like starting over, but they're starting with this maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they started with what was it called? What was the first X-Men called?
Like X-Men like the
no,
you're talking about the Singerverse or the more recent ones?
More recent ones.
First Class.
First Class. So the First Class is supposed to be like the original X-Men before Beast was blue, Iceman when he was like Snowman, Angel, like it's supposed to be like that, like Cyclops, Jean Grey, and that was it, wasn't it?
Let's see. Yeah. They had Beast too, but it was before he had fur.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Beast before he had fur, Angel, Iceman / Snowman,
Yeah,
Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Professor X.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
yeah.
So this is supposed to be like a throwback to that comic. Was the very first one, First Class. That's why their suits were yellow and blue, because it was somewhat similar to that. It would have been cool though to see a teenage Angel. Just saying.
Yeah.
But they kind of made up for that with having Azazel in it,
Mm-hmm.
because that was
That
cool.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Christian, you know who Azazel was?
I don't think so.
That was the red demon dude who could teleport. That's Nightcrawler's dad.
Oh. Well,
Remember, they were at the base or whatever, and then people just started falling. And
Oh, yeah.
because he was just teleporting them like a half a mile into the air and letting them go.
oh,
That
Oh, there it
was
is.
that was Azazel.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Him and what's her face make babies. So
Mystique.
Mystique.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that's what that was kind of hinting towards, was like the old school, like early 70s, mid 70s X-Men. No, it had to be
Talking about First Class.
yeah. Had to be before that.
Yeah, I mean they've been kind of fast and loose with it
Yeah.
because a lot of the stuff was very
like
60s,
giant
like-
size X-Men.
Yeah.
Like that comic book. Yeah, but they could, there's so much they could do with this multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's
Yeah.
And the thing is like this is kind of Marvel's scapegoat. Like DC only has a little bit less than like 52 universes.
Yeah.
Marvel has infinite. Like
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
forgot, like there's a universe. So so the MCU is like a mixture between two different universes, 616, and there's a universe, I forgot what it is. It's like 12290 or something like that. In that universe, heroes age like regular. And so it's a mixture of those kind of two universes combined, because obviously Chris Evans ages, they're actors, they age. So it's supposed to be a mixture of those two different types of universes. But having it open to a multi-dimensional or multiverse, dude, we could have a different Iron Man. We could have a time period where Pepper Potts is Iron Man, or we could have a dimension where Pepper Potts is Iron Man, and she kind of is now, but
Yeah.
like we could have, those things, or a universe where his daughter is already grown up a little bit, and she's like a teenager. You know what I mean? Like they could totally like blow the doors wide open on this freaking show.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be awesome. So, with that being said, how much, okay, so the first, Christian, you weren't here for the first one, but you saw the first trailer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the first trailer, obviously it's going to be hard to remember, but like, what did you think about the first trailer in regards to like, how excited did it truly make you?
Not as excited as this one.
No, this one I think is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think
I was just like, okay, cool, like another Spider-Man movie. Like it's nice that they're
exactly.
gonna
Yeah.
like keep going with it. I was like, I like Tom Holland. I like him as like the Spider-Man.
Yep. It's a good age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, because you
yeah,
gotta think,
that was pretty much it. Like I didn't have like super high hopes for it. I was like, oh, cool, another Spider-Man movie. I wasn't like against it.
but this is also
Oh.
the first direct sequel to the Endgame.
Yeah, and then the second trailer came out, and I was like, oh, this is after.
Like this is directly
all of this.
because the rumor was that he was on his way back from London in Infinity War, and that's the bus that he was on when he saw the donut and he smacked Ned in the face and was like, create a distraction. Like that's the bus. Supposedly that was the rumor before we saw this trailer, that that's what he was doing, was coming back from that vacation.
Okay.
But that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like at
No.
all.
No.
So now we've got a direct, like, I mean, the kid's in depression, it seems like the first couple minutes of the movie, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, So I don't know. I think that before I was like iffy about it. Like I was like, okay, it doesn't look like it's going to be necessary to see.
Yeah.
Kind of like Captain Marvel. Not necessarily like a must see in order to see Endgame.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen the trailers for Endgame, you kind of saw, okay, I see, or the pre-trailers or the post, the pre-trailers for Endgame. You kind of get the gist. But this one being a direct replacement, seeing a world without Iron Man, because we haven't seen a world without Iron Man yet.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
I think that's the big difference between the first trailer and the second, because now instead of being constrained to this little box pre-end game, now it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
No Iron Man, Spider-Man's on his own. We got interdimensional stuff going on.
And I like
yeah.
how
There's like anybody could just come out of the portal, or like just make a portal and just come out of freaking nowhere and be the bad guy or be the new superhero that they could help with the superhero who's fighting something. Like it's just like a whole bunch of
So
stuff.
what if we get like okay, so let's say obviously they're making the Sinister Six. What if they like the ending credit scene, the secret scene is like we see like a tentacle come out of like a transdimensional portal or something like that. Because I think this is how I think they should do it. So for Spider-Man 3, you get Doc Ock, right? Which would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it was an older Doc Ock, or even a girl one from like the Spider-Verse, who's already killed the Spider-Man of her time or her dimension?
That'd be interesting.
Like you get like a super experienced Doc Ock who just like thinks of everything, gets all this stuff. I mean, because I think that would be a cool way to introduce like, okay, this isn't just a bad guy who's like, here's an origin and here's this and blah, blah, blah. And kind of be another Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that next level bad guy.
Yeah.
Because they could do, like I said, so much with it. I feel like they're only going to do more with it now that they've introduced it.
How was Doc Ock introduced in the comics? I don't remember. Was he like a mentor to Spider-Man, or was he just some dude and he robbed a bank and so Spider-Man kicked his butt, or what was the deal?
So I think
I know he got the tentacles plugged in, that messed with his brain, and he freaked out. But what about before that?
So
Did
in
he
the
have any
comics,
connection to Spider-Man?
he used to work for Kingpin.
Okay.
So he worked for Kingpin, and kind of, I mean, it's like the old school movie and stuff like that. Like he wanted to push the boundaries. It was too soon. It exploded on him. An explosion went off and it fused to his vertebrae. That's pretty much exactly what happened. It's the machine fused to his abdomen, and now he's got these tentacles, and he went crazy with power, or however you want to say. He just went crazy.
I feel like the odds of that was like really slim.
Well,
like perfectly connecting to his vertebrae like that.
Well, no, but he was already like trying to control it. Like, so he already had it.
Oh, okay. So he had it on, so just like, okay.
Yeah. But an explosion in the comic books happened, and then it's permanent.
Okay.
But yeah, because I think he goes back and he tries to kill the Kingpin or something like that. Again, dude, I cannot tell you the last time I read that. But yeah, that's what I remember.
Spider-Man's gonna be kind of lost, right? Because Tony Stark's gone. Maybe he's looking for a new mentor.
Well, it seems, yeah. I mean, because Happy, obviously, I don't think he's in a condition, nor is he serious enough to mentor anybody. So it's got to be Nick Fury, most likely. And now that Spider-Man is part of the Avengers,
I feel like Fury's like not completely reliable though. He's kind of just there, and then he just leaves for like
he's just shady
forever. Yeah, he's just
got
in
his
and
own
out.
Plan.
Yeah, but I mean, does Spider-Man really need a mentor? I mean, he's never had a mentor really.
Yeah,
I feel like Fury's just gonna like say something to him like at the end, and it's gonna
So what if
and Spider-Man's gonna be like, oh, okay, like
what if
he's like has an epiphany
Fury
or something.
is the one who says, "With great power comes great responsibility"?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, he could.
I could take that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
What if, dude, they could have messed with us so hard. What if at Endgame, Peter is like grabbing Tony Stark's shoulder, and his last word is Pete with "and dead."
Oh my god.
That'd be funny.
I'd have been like, "Oh,
Yeah.
no!" That would have been hilarious, though. So I don't know. I mean, is there anybody else you think who could be a mentor? I mean,
They've kind of used the lizard in the Andrew Garfield movies, right?
yeah, Kurt Connors.
And then in the Tobey Maguire movies, Doc Ock was kind of a mentor figure.
Now, do you think that this could lead to Madam Web?
Could,
because
she's about all the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah, she was like the head of like all this, like the Spider-Verse and like all the spider totems. She was like the one who kind of literally wove the web for them. Because that would be cool. Yeah, that would just be freaking dope.
Yeah, if they were gonna do it, this was definitely a way they could set it up.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and then because obviously they're not going to do a Spider-Verse, which kind of sucks. I mean, they're not going to have a live action version and then they're not going to want to compete against a movie that already did awesome.
Yeah.
Because it would be really, really cool to see a live action like Spider-Verse. Because do you know why the whole thing came into play? The Spider-Verse.
I've not actually seen Into the Spider-Verse, tragically.
Okay, so the comic version of the Spider-Verse is all brought around because of the, what are they called? Heretics? Something like that. But what they are like these vampires. What are they called? I forgot now. But they're like this old school. They dress like they're from the 1800s. And they're a family. And what they do is that they're like vampires and they only feed on animal totems. Meaning, like they would go after like Black Panther because he has a panther totem, or Spider-Man, or all that stuff. In this particular one, they were feeding on different Spider-Man. So what they would do is travel to different dimensional universes, and they would suck the life force out of all these different Spider-Men. And so in order to combat them, all these different Spider-Men from all these different Spider-Verses, headed up by Peter Parker, the original one, went in with the help, I believe, of Madam Web, and got all these Spider-Men together. And was kind of like, hey, if you don't help us, your world's going to get infiltrated by this. I forgot what they're called. But yeah. And they get killed and kind of like sacrificed, and the life energy goes into them, and they can live longer and they have more power. So that's why I don't see them going that route.
No. That's a very not MCU route.
No. MCU is very cut and dry. Here's your information. Here's a bad guy. In 2 hours, he's dead.
Yeah.
Unless we plan for a 6-year arc and they combine and create the Sinister Six.
Yeah, vampire cults are still a little bit out there for MCU.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till Morbius comes around.
Yeah,
and then we'll have vampire cults. So I don't know. All right. Well, final thoughts. What do we think?
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking good. It's gonna be sick.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be dope. I hope Mysterio's powers are real.
Yeah, they have like endless possibilities now.
Dude, what if he is a legit good guy and he is Spider-Man's like tutor.
I don't really see that happening at all.
I don't either, but I kind of
I don't see it happening whatsoever.
I want to believe, but I don't.
I know. I know. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll call it quits there. Thank you all for watching and or listening. Like I said, if you haven't seen the very first deep dive discussions where we dive into the very first trailer of Far From Home, please check that out. I'll have the link in the description and or tagged at the very end of the video. Guys, thank you all for jumping on and talking with me. We are very, very excited. So without further ado, please subscribe to the channel for more action and deep dive discussion topics as we dive into more of the MCU as it comes out later on this year. And appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks.
Look at Snow White eating rotten apples. Dirty bass that be coming at you. Roller coasters like a supernova. Around the ringmaster, this my tabernacle. See you screaming, I'm like, what for? Oh, you pop? Yeah, I got popcorn.